Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to be talking about the brand new season in Destiny 2, Season of the Dawn. There's so much to talk about here, so sit back and relax. Maybe get a soda, or preferably a hard vodka. Now, just a disclaimer, obviously this is all my opinion, but I have put thousands of hours into this game and thousands into Destiny 2 years ago, or Destiny, sorry. I can give you 100% confidence that this is a well-informed opinion. So with that out of the way, let's dig into the tasty season. No, you can't have any of my dark chocolate modes. Go make your own. The first thing we should get out of the way before we get to the juicy bits of the season is the actual event, the Dawning. This event follows the same layout it did last year when the event took place. You speak with Eva and she'll give you some text-based dialogue and then you get your event item, Eva's Oven 2.0. And this is where most of the event circles around takes place. It's really not hard to make progression in this event, which is good. It doesn't feel grindy, no need to waste your life away, not completely at least. Eva's Oven has many different recipes for you to make, then give them to the vendors all around the system on each planet. You know, spread that holiday cheer, damn it. In order to make these, you need materials, which you get by killing things in various ways. For example, to start any recipe, you need a base ingredient such as Vex milk or Taken butter and so on. Then you add, let's say, a pinch of light by using your super to get multi-kills, or impossible heat by using a solar weapon or super. Then before you know it, you'll be making traveler cookies? No, this wasn't meant to be a cooking show, so let's move on. It's not hard to make these, and it's fun to do. On the side, you also get a quest to rebuild a Dawning Sparrow, and you get a new Dawning SMG right away. So all in all, not that much of a bad event, but pretty similar from last year. And it's not like Festival of the Lost where you get a dedicated PvE event. Alright, now here's where a lot of the information is going to hit you guys, and this is what took a lot to write out. But from this point on, the content I will talk about is mostly paid for content from the season. So just as a disclosure, the stuff that I'm about to say is paid for, not free like the Dawning event. However, with that said, you can get all of what I'm about to talk about for literally $10. And even from what we have now, it is very worth it, and it's only been 2 weeks, and it's going to be out for a few months, like 2, I think. So let's start with the new 6-player match-made activity, the Sundial. This activity is very similar to the Margarine, I hope I said that right, in the fact you build up points as you go through to make it to the boss encounter. However, it's not as long, so in most cases, it's a godsend. In total, there are 3 different encounters not including the boss, so it's semi-random on how you'll play through it each time. Each encounter is very unique in of itself, and so far has not gotten old. That may change in the future, it's still new. The boss fight itself, the last part of the Sundial, is nothing super worthy to note so far. So far there are 2 out, and we should be getting 1 more. They both have their own attacks. For example, the first boss we got that came out, it locks you in a bubble that you have to shoot a glowing part to break. This is not new, however, we saw it used in the raid that came out with Curse of Osiris. The second boss rains lightning from the sky, hence his name Skypiercer. A little cooler, but still nothing to note. Nothing game-changing, just something new to dodge, I guess. They are not hard to kill, and it's not even a respawn restriction zone, so there's no risk of restarting or dying. So you can literally just play like a crazy madman and just die. Trust me, I've seen entire teams wipe and kill themselves, and it doesn't restart. There's no timer. There's nothing you really have to worry about. They are not hard to kill, like I said, so. After you finish up, you get sent back to the start and have the option to choose your reward in relation to what obelisk you have connected. More on those and right after this, trust me. That's a whole nother can of worms. Being able to pick your own reward is a plus, and I'm very happy they let you do that. So in the end, this is a very fun and replayable activity. And when they let you choose your reward, you get a choice of the weapons, depending on what obelisks you have connected. But speaking of that, we're going to move on to that right now. So, the obelisks are this season's main grind objective. Last season we had the Vex Incursion, and the Vex public event on the moon wasn't really fun. You unlock these obelisks by doing a short but repetitive quest step that is the same for all of the obelisks in the game right now. And that quest for the EDZ one, the Nessus one, the Tanglechore one, and the Mars one were all the same thing. You had to kill things, you had to use your super, and generate orbs of light. It's really repetitive, but once you activate them, you now have to upgrade them to give you one of the many buffs and bounties it gives you. Most importantly, the time loss bounties, which are weapon bounties. and most of them give you the new seasonal weapons that are tied with each obelisk. For example, the new auto rifle and sidearm are linked to the Tangle Shore obelisk, so if you want one of those at the end of a sundial run, you must have linked it to the sundial itself by activating the link. I don't know if that's exactly what it's called, but it'll be on screen. The way you increase the level of these are by getting polarized fractaline, by grinding out the sundial strikes, triumphs that are related to the season, and by doing weekly bounties each obelisk give you, and they will all net you around 100 fractaline. It's around 200 just to level it up once, so there's a lot of grinding needed. These, there are perks you get by leveling them up and that increase your chance of finding polarized fractaline at the end of certain events. For instance, the EDZ obelisk, which just came out yesterday, gives you a better chance at finding fractaline at the end of every strike compilation, which I'm currently doing because I rather grind strikes and grind anything else out, because I won't get mad when I'm doing strikes. Unlike Gambit, where I want to throw my keyboard at my monitor and jump off a building because it's so annoying. The obelisks feel like a chore at times, but once you get them going, it's not bad, and if you don't want to grind them out, it may be slightly more painful, so you have to be willing to put in some work to upgrade these obelisks, and if you don't want to, then it might be slightly more painful. It is endgame content, so there's got to be grind in it somehow. They require time, so like I said, make sure you have it. Before I move on to the last topic for this video, I want to give you a spoiler warning. This is important, so. The following gameplay will consist of saving Saint 14 the last mission of its quest, which is an amazing encounter altogether, so if you want to stay blind, and the information I gave you so far has been enough to convince you to pick up the season, then turn back now. So I'll give it a few seconds. You gone? Okay, we'll move on to the next one. Whoever's still here, remember, don't be mad at me if you get upset for spoilers. So really quickly, before we move into the spoiler zone, I'm just going to touch on for literally 2 seconds the seasonal artifact. Every season that they're doing, they're having a seasonal artifact, and just all you do with this is literally you play, you increase it, you're able to put a perk, like think of it as an EXP point that you would put it in any other MMO to get a skill or upgrade a skill. You get one, you would put it in, you would unlock that perk, you put it on where it tells you and you get a buff. Say, the first tree or section of the seasonal artifact, you have an option to put your point in any weapon type, and it will allow you to puncture unstoppable champions or shielded champions, which become very important in endgame activities because you won't be able to damage them through their shield if you don't have those. So there's just not much, just like in Shadowkeep, you rank it up as you play, and also at the same time that you rank it up and get the points to put into it, it also slowly increases your overall power level, which requires a lot more XP to do. So first you would unlock your perk to put in, and then you would unlock a light level increase that just happens. Later it becomes like 1,400,000 XP to even move it up once, so it's nothing substantial. But with that said, let's move on to the last point in this, which is by far the most amazing. This is what I love the most out of everything so far this season, mainly because I love the lore in Destiny and I love the characters here as well. The story, quote-unquote, of the season is centered around the Cabal messing up time, and it's your job to help Osiris fix it. So right away, Osiris is back, which is a plus, and he's so much better than he was in Curse of Osiris. Hands down, just this season alone, this $10 season is better than the $15 expansion Curse of Osiris. There's so much more to do already. And you have the opportunity to save the legendary titan Saint 14. This takes its course over 2 quest lines, which, depending on how you look at it, can be annoying or very fun. It consists of your average MMO quest lines. Go to this planet and find Vex transponders, make Zorba Light, kill blank amount of guardians, and so on. But these are 2 separate missions you get, and they are well worth pushing through the grind to see them. I won't talk much about the first one, as I lost the footage, mostly because I forgot to film it. So instead, the footage in the background is of the second mission, when you actually save him. I will just say these 2 missions are hand down the best in this game. Really, they gave me chills. So I'll let this play, because it's fantastic. I'll let it go for like a minute or 2, because it's just seeing some of it and hearing the music is great. So enjoy this next few minutes.
Guardian, you're back. Just in time. I was about to send my ghost away. I'm afraid that Martyrmind has taken my bite. But now that you're here, these facts.
Pretty cool, right? I know. When I was playing that, I was freaking out, just like the first mission. The music, the way they do it, it just fits. But anyway, since this is a new season, there are new seasonal weapons and gear that fit the theme. I'll show some of it on screen. Not as good, I would say, as last season. They're very bland in this terms of the theme, or color, but it fits the theme, and it's all about Saint 14, so it's a lot of silver and purple. There are also 2 new exotic quests, which I have no information or opinion on. They're not out yet. They should be out in the coming weeks. Rumor also has it that there may be a 3rd exotic quest, thanks to the data miners. They always clutch in with these reveals way early, so only time will tell. But 3 or 2 exotic quests, a bunch of shit, $10. So far, it's pretty damn good. But in conclusion, for the low price of $10, like I said, you get a shit ton of content. The new Battle Pass, which has the standard 100 tiers, the Sundial new quests, and Saving Saint 14, new class exotics, new exotic quests, the obelisks, it's well worth $10. Bungie is really trying to make the seasons better and move the world further each season. Like they did with the Vex Offensive, we killed the Undying Mind, it broke time. Now we're in Season of the Dawn. Don't know how they're going to follow this up in the next season, but we'll see. But anyway, I hope this helps all of you with your decisions now that you have solid info and some gameplay. So I hope you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.